you know your brain is lying to you right now? The color magenta that you see everywhere, from flowers to fashion, doesn't actually exist in the real world. It's a complete fabrication created by your mind. And once you understand why, you'll never look at colors the same way again. Here's the mind-bending truth. Light exists as a spectrum, like a rainbow stretching from red through orange, yellow, green, blue, to violet. Every color you can think of has a specific wavelength on this spectrum. Red light vibrates at around 700 nanometers, blue at 450 nanometers. But magenta? There's no wavelength for magenta anywhere on this spectrum. It simply doesn't exist as a fundamental color of light. So how are you seeing something that isn't there? Your eyes contain three types of color receptors called cones. One responds most strongly to red light, another to green, and the third to blue. When light hits these cones, they send signals to your brain about what they're detecting. This is where things get fascinating. When you look at true colors, like pure yellow, it activates specific cone combinations that correspond to yellow's wavelength. But magenta creates an impossible situation. To see magenta, your red and blue cones activate simultaneously while your green cone stays quiet. This combination doesn't match any single wavelength in nature. Your brain encounters this weird signal pattern and, essentially, panics. It's receiving information that says red and blue but not green, and has to make sense of it somehow. So your brain does something incredible. It invents a color. It creates the sensation of magenta to fill the gap in logic. Think about this for a moment. You're literally experiencing a hallucination every time you see magenta. Your brain is so committed to making sense of the world that it will manufacture entire sensory experiences rather than admit confusion. This phenomenon reveals something profound about perception itself. Colors aren't properties of objects out there in the world. They're interpretations created by your nervous system. That hot pink shirt isn't actually pink. It's reflecting specific combinations of wavelengths that your brain translates into the experience you call pink. But here's where it gets even stranger. Magenta appears constantly in nature, despite not existing. Many flowers, sunsets, and even some animals display what we perceive as magenta hues. These objects are simultaneously reflecting red and blue light, while absorbing green wavelengths, triggering your brain's magenta invention. Scientists call magenta a non-spectral color, meaning it has no home on the light spectrum. It exists only in the gap between red and violet, like a bridge your mind builds across an impossible chasm. This discovery challenges everything we assume about reality. If your brain can invent an entire color, what else might it be creating without your knowledge? How much of your perceived world is actually constructed rather than detected? The next time you see magenta, remember you're witnessing your brain's incredible creativity in action. You're not just seeing a color that doesn't exist. You're experiencing proof that your mind actively constructs the reality you inhabit, filling gaps and solving problems you never even knew existed. Your perception isn't a passive recording of the world. It's an active, creative interpretation, and magenta is the beautiful glitch that proves it.